So you take a look at the call puts on JP Morgan, the caller that they have. They have the top at 40.65 and they have the bottom at, hold on one second, let me look it up for you. I have it. They have the bottom at 3,600, at 30.60 for this month. So what you're essentially saying is you will not go above 40.65 and you might reach 30.65. And they have a lot of contracts, a lot of position on there. So why would a JP Morgan put all that money for 80,000 contracts or 100,000 contracts on SPX when SPX costs what? 3,900? That's a lot of money, right? Why would they put all that if they're not expecting it? And it has played out to a T the last 6 months. So this is our barometer we've been using on Ape Radio here, and we've been talking about it. Every 3 or 4 months when JP Morgan releases its caller, you see exactly where the market's going. Now, some anomalies come in, such as last month when you had the Carl Icahn put. The Carl Icahn put was for 4,100. And remember, we couldn't even break that for almost a week. Why? Because he had $3 billion on 4,100 put. You see that? So that's why
so how is that legal? I mean, just because he has billions of dollars, that means one person can run the fucking market?
Yes. If you have it is. If you have $3 billion and you're putting it in the market and you're buying calls and puts on it or options on it, you're basically controlling the trend of the market. You are, because people see those negative bets, nobody wants to buy into it. And all that put volume basically takes you downward, or that call volume gets you upward. So that's why we say that, DPK. Does that make sense? DMP, sorry.
Yeah, no, it makes total sense. It makes sense, but at the same time, it's such fuckery that
it is.
This whole fucking system has to come down because it just doesn't benefit any retail investor. It's fucking nothing. And so I'm just upset because you're right. I see it every fucking day, and it's just unbelievable how they get away with this. And what about the other thing I said about, the Dow's up 300, but you have one stock that's up 300. Is that why the Dow's up? And that to me seems like that's a trap right there. Everyone's looking at the green, saying, "Oh wow, the Dow's up." But if they don't do their own DD and they don't see that fucking one stock is doing it, isn't that kind of crazy?
No, it's not that stock. I'll tell you exactly what's pumping the markets and the Dow. Give me 1 second. So if I look at USA markets and I look at the Dow, and I can pull up the Dow 30 market movers right here.
Are you referencing that bank?
I'll tell you.
That bank's up to $900 a fucking share now.
Exactly.
Yeah. So let's look at the Dow. So if you tell me what's moving the market on the Dow, IBM is up 4%. JP Morgan is up 4%. Merck is up 4%. You see what I mean? They're pumping everything on the Dow. And what are they dumping? Tech. You see what else is in the Dow? Microsoft, Apple, Amazon. We'll see. Essentially what they did, they flipped the switch. They've been pumping the tech sectors, and that's why you're seeing NASDAQ go up.
Absolutely, for the past 2 weeks. But
those same stocks, exactly. But those same stocks are also on the Dow, because you're talking about the Dow 30. I'm reading you Dow 30. Boeing up 2%. And you look at market cap on there, you're not going to compete with a Boeing going up. You're not going to compare it to what else going down. Home Depot, Intel, which is a pretty shit stock, Visa, Caterpillar, but they're still all green. You only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stocks on Dow 30 that are red. Only 6, and barely. So you see what they're doing? Yeah. So if I take the NASDAQ now, you see the same thing, the same story. They're going after the Microsoft, the Googles, the Microsoft, the big ones. Yeah. And they're basically bringing those ones that they've been taking down for the past 3 or 4 weeks and pumping them up a little. That's Airbnb, CX Port, Old Dominion, Comcast. So it's the same game every single day, DMP.
I got you.
That's what
I appreciate it.
It's all manipulation.
Yep.
The rally is led by banks right now, is what you're seeing. So banks are basically leading the way. And who's leading it? FRC. FRC up 12%. That's an S&P. That's basically what's going on. And on the Dow, JP Morgan. Yes.
Absolutely ridiculous.
We need change, don't we? Just a little?
You think?
You got shitting me.
No. Good the way it is.
No, lastly, I gotta end on this. So why do we have to prove that someone's manipulating when you could see it in your fucking two eyes and you know it, but you have to prove it? If it's so obvious, why don't they have to turn around and say, well, we're not manipulating, we're not fucking it over, and this is what I have to prove for it. Why can't it be that way? Why is it always that you have to prove manipulation? Or if Adam Aron says one thing about, oh yeah, I think the stock's gonna really go, and then boom, there's a law fucking suit. That absolutely drives me fucking crazy.
There's investigations that's what it says, ongoing investigation for spoofing and all kinds of shit, for over a year.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
When you look it up, it's ongoing. No one's looking. They look the other way. That's where they're looking. They just look the other way.
And then when you get up to the fucking day when you're supposed to convert the approval, whatever the vote was, they move it for another fucking year.
Yeah. Or someone pulls a bullshit lawsuit. We got to wait a month, for a court date. But all this other shit's going on, and it's like, nothing to see here. We didn't see it.
These fuckers need to go to jail. They need to go to fucking jail.
DMP, essentially what you're seeing is the same amount of money. No liquidity is being added. The liquidity is just being shifted from asset class to asset class. You see what I mean? That's exactly what's happening. We pumped Apple. We pumped Microsoft for a week. We've been dumping on banks. Okay, we'll go ahead and take all that profit that we made on Apple, Microsoft, right? Leave retail holding the bag while we liquidate slowly, and we go load up on banks. And they make
when does it come to an end, citizen? How can they fucking keep doing that? Or can they keep doing that and doing it and doing it?
Listen, 2 or 3 weeks ago, we were on a call at night, right? And it was at nighttime, I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly. And all of a sudden, everybody's like, wow, look at Bitcoin. Look at it. It was up like some extreme percent, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, now it's going to fall. But that was, it's been growing and growing ever since. Because they're going to rug pull. Now, they just stole everybody's fucking money. It's rinse and repeat. It's been going on,
forever.
They pump it into here.
They set up something to make it easier. So when you get laid off or whatever the case may be, they've set it up so your 401k can just slide through a system somehow to your new employer, right? So at the end of the day, they're going to keep doing it until the inflation has driven enough people out of work. Well, the Fed's fucking continuing to raise interest rates. The money's going to dry up. Whatever money they think they're trying to scavenge off the system is going to dry up inevitably.
Well, if they keep
nobody's going to be fucking
going back and forth, how the fuck is it going to dry up? Because it happens all the fucking time.
Look at Ape. Up a penny, down a penny. Up a penny, down a penny.
That's going to end it's going to close at the open. It's going to be $1.45 at the fucking end of the day, and then AMC is going to be $4.50. I fucking bet you.
You don't have. We watch it. We watch the same shit every day.
So what you'll start seeing is the coils, the wickets, or the difference between the candles get smaller and smaller and smaller. We call it barcoding. That's exactly what you'll see. And I'm thinking exactly what you are. I'm thinking Ape finishes at 140 and AMC finishes at 450 because that's the trend. And, unless the market dumps, then you might see AMC at 425 and Ape around 135. That's essentially it. And it's been the same story for like the last, month and a half, 2 months?
And Tesla will finish at 191.
189 above.
What are they bitching about?
I know you have those, Mrs. One.
Yeah.
What exactly are they bitching about right now?
189. At least give me the 191. Come on.
190. If the market pumps, then you might get 193.
Whoa.
But essentially, you know what I mean? This one, it's the same thing every single day.
Yeah, I know.
Same level.
You know, thank God we're having all these conversations we're having, because if we were just staring at this shit all day, I mean, that's why when Hedge is like, "What, did I lose the room?" I'm like, "No, we're all staring at bullshit," and everybody's like, quiet.
You know what I love is for the past 2.5 fucking years, every time we get some sort of great fucking news, I have family members, I have friends that are all invested. I'm like, all right, guys, here it comes. Get ready.
Yeah.
I've been doing it. I don't even say a fucking word now. I don't even say a fucking word. The only thing I've done was I bought everyone a fucking, in my family, like a coin, one of the Highcroft coins. Just so when it does fucking happen, I'm going to give this to them as a fucking memory for what I've been going through for the past fucking 2.5 years to take care of my family. It's fucking crazy.
Let me tell you something. I travel. I got to make sure I got Wi-Fi on the plane because something could happen when I'm traveling. Now I just go fucking take a nap. Like, I don't worry so much anymore. But yeah.
That was me too. My wife and I, we vacation. We go to Hawaii like twice a year. It's like we're on the beach, and I, honey, I got to find a spot where I could definitely get some Wi-Fi. So
yeah. As soon as you're walking through the building, the guy opens the door, and you're like, "You got Wi-Fi here?" You know, or you know, where I would book my flights off market. I wouldn't fly during market hours. Like, this is how sick it was getting.
Hey, Mrs. Juan. So I when this thing kicked off, when we started, 2.5 years ago, I got the jury notice for jury duty. And I was on it for, I was like, oh my God. I was trying to figure a way to get out of it. I had to check in every day. It was on for 2 weeks. I was sweating bullets. But thank goodness it was right at the beginning of COVID, and they closed down the court. That sucked.
I would have had a fucking heart attack if that happened to me.
Yeah, everybody's trying to get out of it. Like, I have a job, I got to support my family. He writes in, "I can't leave the stock market in case of Moab."
Yes. That was the longest 2 weeks of my life.
Well, there goes inflation.
But now I will tell you, if I got the jury notice, I was like, yeah.
What the fuck?
I'm in Zen mode. I just like, yeah.
The other thing I can see happening is all my friends and my family sees in the fucking papers, on the news, everywhere. AMC just found a cure for cancer, and I'd be like, yeah, what the fuck? What's the big deal? It's going to be manipulated anyways, those fucks.
Yeah, we'll be at 75 cents by the end of the day on that news alone.
So, according to the charts that we have here, you are at, if you look at VIX right now, we've been making higher lows for the past 6 months, meaning we're 18, 19, 20, 21. Hold on. Keep up with me. So if this trend holds, by mid-April, we should be around $45 VIX.
Okay.
What?
Yeah.
Let's revisit that. Let's revisit that in mid-April.
That ain't happening. These fuckers I don't even understand how you can. Why are you allowed to short the VIX? That's supposed to be like organically saying, all right, the market's going fucking haywire, or it's.
That's not how it works, dude. Come on.
How the fuck can they allow you to short the VIX? That's fucked up.
They buy puts on the VIX.
You're not actually.
You shouldn't be able to manipulate the fucking VIX. That's fucking ridiculous.
I agree with you.
They short the shit out of pharmaceutical companies that are doing cancer trials.
Oh my God. They short them.
They're literally trying to. These people are trying to save lives, and they're shorting the shit out of it. It's unbelievable.
So?
They do.
My first stock when I got into this fucking whole ordeal was I was in I don't know if you ever heard of it, Citizen Bingo, BNGO. And
I know BINGO, but I don't know BGO.
Yeah, right. Well, this one, they had a cure for something. I can't even remember. It's been so long back. Well, that fucker was up to 15. I was up.
Yeah, they have a cure for something. Looks like it. They have a cure for having money.
Next thing you know,
they have a cure for a positive balance in your brokerage account.
To the market, playing the game. Now it is a fucking game, but it's just crazy how this works. I just have AMC. That's it. AMC, GME, Highcroft, and Ape. That's all I have.
There you go. That's all you need, buddy. That's all you need.
It's going to my grave with me. I'm not giving these fuckers anything.
You already have. You already have. What are you talking about? Oh my God.
It is what it is. It's a very manipulated market. You know, things stop exactly at the same trend lines that you have. It's been going on for forever. As soon as we reach
So then
32,
trade it. The
we got
fuck?
this huge downward pressure, and consequently, coincidentally, 32 was the line of the trend. That was it. It reached it perfectly, and it just dumped. So I mean, they do this all the time. They manipulate charts, they manipulate markets, and you know, what do? You see money rolling in bank to banks, while Nasdaq is being the money is being pulled out slowly but surely until the next shoe drops, and then you see the vice versa.
Well, I mean,
Until the market comes down. That's
when you have
truly it is.
valuations that are overblown,
So how can you are so you know the TA, you know the lines, you know the support, resistance, and you've been calling it for the past couple of weeks about the Nasdaq and stuff. I mean, there need to be more people like you because if you know the market, you're gonna make a fucking boatload of money. I mean, because I don't believe in TA because only on the meme stocks, because it just doesn't seem like TA really works, does it?
On the meme stocks, it does not work. No, it does not work.
what?
I've tried it forever. It just doesn't work. But on the market in general, it does work.
Who is this person?
You see, we were last night. We were on a call and we said, okay, ES will either hit 40-40 or whatever. Never got to 40-40. Never got there because they know as soon as it hits 40-40, that's it. It comes back down. They stopped it and they're basically consolidating it. The line that we're looking at right now, if you look at SPX 39.75, we can't get below that number. As soon as you get that number, you get that magical candle that comes up. It just plays to tune every day. Yeah, every day.
Wow. Yep. So the only way that you can bust through it is, or if it's going up and you say it hits 40-40, all of a sudden it just drops. But the only thing that would cure that is buying pressure, correct? Or can they still fucking keep it down?
If it breaks 40-40, ES,
yeah, or what? Can you break 40-40 with a fucking boatload of buy-ins? People just saying, just buying in with volume. Yeah. So it can be broken.
If institutions buying, because what
retail couldn't do it.
What moves stocks, the big stocks, the mega tech stocks are
retail can move the SPY.
They're the ones who move.
Oh yeah.
Markets.
Lovely.
Retail. This whole movement is, what is it about? It's basically retail is not capitulating and selling when they're supposed to be selling, and that's what's basically putting a wrench in the whole.
Retail is not selling when they're supposed to be selling.
A long time ago, and taking your loss and going home and saying, okay, whatever. But you're not doing that, and that's the big. That's the thing. You see what I mean now, DMP?
Yeah, I do.
Because that 20% alters whether you crash or you bust. You go all the way up, because they can only pull it to 80%, but it's their money. If they're basically reshuffling all that same money back and forth into different equities, they need new money, fresh money, retail money to come in and put them over the top. But they're not getting that.
Oh, they're not? They're not getting that, really.
So when this does nosedive, who's going to get hurt the most?
It depends. Who's shorting it and who's still long when it's nosediving.
It's like a goddamn nosedive to me.
You figure if they know it's going to dive down, they're probably buying puts, right?
Not all of them. I mean, the big ones, yes, because they're market makers. They see what's coming into the market, like a JP Morgan or a Citadel. Okay. They see what's coming. They see
JP's not a market maker.
You see the order and you're making the market, correct?
Yeah.
So you see the orders coming in, so you can easily adjust. If you see all these sells coming in, you can easily adjust your algorithm to play downside, correct?
Yeah.
Make sense?
Yeah.
And that's the whole
but it makes sense.
Portion. Yeah, that's what's unfair is that Citadel has a hedge fund, they're a market maker, and they're dark pool.
Exactly.
So they can stabilize the price to make sure that they survive. And when things get really out of whack, like we saw, 4 months ago, when you saw like 33 stocks just pause and you saw the next buy sell on AMC was like at 5,000 or 6,000.
Yeah, yep.
That's when things get really haywire, and they had to shut down the market. Remember, the whole market was like shut for 15 minutes.
Yep.
Yeah, that's when things get very, very strange. But until then, they're just basically consolidating.
It's amazing.
You know, these small family offices and the small hedge funds, they're not market makers. I mean, they don't have access to all this. They don't have a quant or an Aladdin or an AI,
Right.
you know, controlling this whole market. So they're guessing right now. They're saying, okay, should I sit on the sideline or should I join this party? Well, if they join this party, they'll get burned because, you know, as Nachi says, money has no friends. They'll burn each other. That's not a problem. They don't really care.
Is that something we could see happening when the market does fucking say fuck it and crash? That the smaller, you know, the smaller ones start tapping out, and then it just capitulates from there, from the next one to the next one to the next one.
Yes, because
do you think they're all in? Do you think they're all in coordination, saying, "Hey, fuck, I'm almost down"?
Not the small hedge funds, not the small hedge funds, and not the family offices. So as soon as one of them folds, then you see a spike in price. Let's say AMC, spike in price. Well, that becomes completely uncomfortable to the big boys because, you know, that raises their margin collateral number.
Yeah.
So it becomes very, very uncomfortable. That's why we said I think the line of power is basically retail shorts. Then you have family offices. Then you have smaller hedge funds. Then you have the hedge funds, the mega hedge funds, like a Citadel 0.72, and then Wolverine, etc. And then you have the big boys, which are the JP Morgan, the Goldman Sachs. That's and then you get to the Fed. What's up, S? How you doing, man?
I'm frustrated as you guys are, man. Unpopular opinion, probably for everybody. I'm sure I'll be the black sheep of the family here today, but I don't know why we ever did this dividend, dude. It fucking fucked the momentum up, and the stock hasn't acted right since last May, and that's the truth of the matter, right? We were at $26 in August, and we're at fucking what, $5.90 fucking cents. So that's the truth of the matter, dude. This dividend fucking fucked the whole entire momentum up. So it is what it is, man. I see stocks going up. I see a bank stock up $323 today on 1.5 million shares. We trade 1.2 billion. We don't even move, and we're sitting here today. We don't fucking move for 3 fucking days in a row. I don't know, man. But the unpopular opinion, but I don't give a fuck, man. This dividend fucked up the entire momentum of the fucking play. We wouldn't be going through a lawsuit. We wouldn't be going through fucking conversion, reverse split, all this other bullshit, and we're sitting here with a stagnant motherfucker every day. So that's it. That's the fucking truth of the matter, man. Whether people like it,
listen,
fucking truth.
I'll give you my opinion.
The truth.
Because people think I'm a shill anyway. Yeah, people think I'm a shill anyway, and I switch. But I just ask tough questions, and I look at both sides, and I try to come up with a logical answer to things. Might not be pleasing to your ears, but it's my opinion. Listen, I think the thought process itself was pretty good. It was basically, okay, you take the stock and you divide it 60-40, and you have a ways to raise capital using Ape. It just didn't work out. Or maybe it hasn't worked out so far. We don't know how this thing ends, right? Keep in mind, we don't know how this thing ends. So I just don't know, Showtime. You know what I mean? I just don't know. We know that they've been accumulating short interest on that Ape. We know that Ape, when it first came into circulation, it already had a short interest just because it was part of AMC, and you split that stock, and they continue to short on it. Will this thing work out? We hope so. Eventually, will this stock squeeze? I think so. I really do. And I wouldn't be in this play, and I wouldn't be in this space call, and I don't really care. And I'll tell you my opinion right now. If I don't think it's going to squeeze, I'll tell you right now. I don't really care. But I really do still believe that this stock will squeeze. It's just a matter of time. What are the right conditions that it happens? Is it a shakeout? I don't know. It's frustrating. I know it is.
The stock ran $13 last March, and we can't run up 13 fucking cents anymore without it being fucked up. I don't know, man, but I mean, I tell you what, man, I'm fucking pissed, and I'm fucking tired of this whole fucking shit. We wouldn't be going through all this bullshit if we wouldn't have done this goddamn dividend. We paid $9.50 a share out of our stock.
Come on.
It's the fucking truth, man. What am I saying that's wrong? What?
I think whether dividend or not, they would have brought us back here, bro.
No, I think
they would have definitely brought us. They definitely would have.
I have to agree.
I've seen no inclination or signs that says they still can't or couldn't have brought us this fucking low either way.
I don't know. Everybody's got their own
I
opinion,
don't
but we
believe
paid $9.50 a share out of our stock, and now it's worth $1.40. That's what I do know, and I've lost a shit ton of money. So that's what I do.
No, I mean, at the end of the day, we have to let it play out first. You might be making a statement prematurely, but I still believe in my heart of hearts that these motherfuckers have shown no signs of following the
I haven't
law,
lost any money. I
and
haven't
they
sold.
do whatever the fuck they want. So they definitely could have brought us here.
I don't know. Everybody's got their own opinion. I'm just fucking.
The story, Showtime. The story has not been written. Showtime. The story has not been written yet. We're in a very tough period right now, a shakeout period. We can say we've been in a shakeout period for 2 years, but essentially, you still own your shares. We know that there's short interest there. We know the swaps are there. We see the banks carrying the swaps are in trouble, like a Credit Suisse, et cetera, et cetera. It is what it is. To be honest, I'm telling you right now, Showtime, if I did not believe yet, if I still did not believe in this stock, I would not be here right now, and I would not be talking. I wouldn't waste my time.
I'm not.
But let the story.
But I think the whole process fucking sucks at this point. I'm tired of fucking waiting. I want my motherfucking money. I think we fucked up. And so I hope this motherfucking thing is right. That's all I got to say. I'm gonna take a break, dude. I've had enough of this fucking shit today. I've had enough. I'll see you.
No, but your frustration is noted, man. Everybody's frustrated. It's fine, dude. Don't be upset. You're allowed to voice your opinion. It's your money after all. None of these people on Twitter gave you the money to buy the stock. So anybody who's pissed off that you're frustrated that you're losing money, yeah, but screw you. You know what I mean? You didn't give me the money. You didn't give Showtime the money. Everybody's free. But let's step back and understand what's going on and let this thing
breathe
play
a
out.
Tash. Just breathe a Tash.
Exactly.
Let me give you one example, Showtime, just briefly. If you go back to March this week, in fact, this week a year ago, we were sat at somewhere between $10 and $12, and we had a halt on a Tuesday or Wednesday morning that I think we jumped up to like 33 from wherever the fuck we were on I don't remember the specifics, but at that time a year ago, last year, we were at $10. Do you know what I'm saying? We're only several months out from CEO Adam bringing up the dividend, which probably delays it a little bit or slows it down ever slightly. But we were already at $10. If he hadn't have done that dividend shit 4 or 5 months later when he announced it, we were at 10. We bounced up to 30. They would have definitely already drug us back down, bro. That shit slowed them down.
I agree, and I believe that. Well, look, if the vote had gone through and we were allowed to do the split and this and that, I truly believe we would have seen some action.
Oh, it would have already been. I believe in my heart of hearts, it would have already been boom boom candles.
Right. But they're allowed to do all the fuckery they want. They can just get a lawyer, fucking put it off. But it is what it is, and I understand Showtime's. Definitely.
It's frustrating. It's frustrating, DMP. Bro, it's frustrating.
It is.
Listen, I was initially against this vote. I wasn't prepared to give up 90% of my shares. And I had a lot of fights with people on Twitter. But when it passed, what can you do? It is what it is. What are you gonna do? Right? What are you gonna do? Right? It is what it is. So you look forward and you say, okay, what's next? I can't control what happened in the past. I can only look at what's happening in the future. Let's look at this. Has the play essentially changed? The map play? No, I don't think so. So let's let it ride out.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you see what I'm saying, though, Showtime?
Don't worry about what you can't control. We don't control anything within the market. You understand it's your money. Check. I've got money into it. I got a lot of money into it. It is what it is. I'm in Zen mode. Let's see where this thing goes. Yeah.
What are you going to do? People are going to start getting pissed off to the point they take this matters in their own hands. Some people lost a lot of money so far.
I've lost a lot of money as well, but like I said, it's like, worry about what I can control.
Yeah, but not everybody's like that. Some people are going to lose their shit. Some people are going to get hurt.
You haven't lost a thing if you haven't sold your shares.
Yeah, don't sell. Right. Don't sell. We've been here 2 fucking years, 2.5 years. What's another 6 months if it takes that long? Because not that I'm putting a time on. I'm just saying the way the market's going now, if it fucking crashes like people think it's going to go, then you know what? Shit's going to happen. So just hang in there.
Bill, what would you do if you're a billionaire? What would you do to avoid losing your billions? And what would you go through to avoid losing that money? Would even time be a matter at that stage? It wouldn't.
We just saw that last
take
week.
however long it takes.
Yeah,
we just saw it last week when you got Mark Cuban and all these billionaires on Twitter for all places, whining and complaining. You know?
Yeah, right. They're fucking
because that would have
complaining.
sped their money drying up would have sped this thing up.
So I will tell you, like my daddy told me before he died, why sweat? Why you sweating the small stuff? You run out of sweat. Well, I'm not ready to run out of sweat, because if you run out of sweat, it means you're dead. I'm not gonna let that stress me out. Go out and find something to do. Zen. And I understand there's people out there are stressed out on this, but what can you do to change it?
I don't quite consider this small stuff.
I'm sorry. I'm speaking relatively speaking.
Yeah, I get it.
You know,
oh
we
no,
can't
I'm here
control
for the
it.
movie ending.
I just can't wait till the shit hits the lit market and say these fucking dark pools.
You know, we've all been talking that the market has to crash for the reset. Everything on top of the fuckery, you have overall market weakness, right? I mean, yeah, it's pumped up today, but you know, if you listen to Citizen, there's no new money pumped in. They're just moving money from here to there. You know what I mean? There's overall market weakness. And it's going to get uglier as the market's falling. So, you know, you just have to have the stomach to ride this out.
Yep.
That's right. So when you get a billionaire in this Apes Ape Radio, I don't know.
You know, we're all going to be at some point looking at each other a lot differently. Viper used to say all the time, and you're a millionaire, and you're a millionaire, and you're a millionaire. You know, just wait. Just wait. Listen, it's a shit show. I don't like what my portfolio looks like either. It's a total shit show. But you know, it's also not just that one ticker. I mean, there's a lot of shit just down. So not that
everything.
Yeah, everything's down. But yes, there are, you know, a certain set of stocks that they like to just beat the shit out of, and this happens to be one of them. But, you know, why don't we, while that's going on, we have to take a look and realize that this is not the real price of this stock. This is not the value of this stock. What we're looking at is bullshit. Look at what's going on this weekend. You know, we're breaking, you know, records at the concessions and these movie theaters, and like, you know, the movies aren't dead. I mean, they ran out of fucking popcorn this weekend. Like, you know, how could, you know, and the price here is not reflecting. So, you know, not that, you know, it's still, it's hard to look at, and yeah, it is frustrating, but you know, there are good things, you know, where the Q1 is incredible, and you know, it's just you know, we got to focus on the things that are good.
Mrs. Swan, like I said, just like you stated, and when they start holding emergency meetings, over the weekend, you know, there's a problem,
right?
But like I said, what can we do if we're, you know, high strung on it, blood pressure's going up? Is not going to fix the problem.
No, it's not. No, that won't fix it.
To reap the reward, not, you know, have a heart attack watching it go down. I mean, that's not.
Yeah, the worrying, the stressing, it gets to everyone, and it got to me. But what can you really do about it now? If you're not convicted in the play. No, I know. Showtime is very, very passionate, and to be honest,
he's venting.
Yeah, and you see your P&L, it does kind of piss you off, and it reaches everyone. But what are you gonna do? Like when you step back and you say, okay, what's the pragmatic approach? What can I do? Nothing.
What can you do? It takes large quantities of money to move this goddamn stock, and like, what can you do? I mean, it's you can't do anything. You sit back and you watch this fucking shit show that they created.
Yeah. Hence, you know, sweat the small stuff. You run out of sweat. This is something we can't control. It is what it is.
Yeah. At least we have the space calls to talk to each other. I'm serious. If we didn't have the space calls that people can jump on anytime, it's like it's been great having this. Like, I feel a little better. I feel a little better now that I was able to get some shit off my mind, and now I can move on.
Well, everybody in this
You
room
guys
is in
got
the same
another
shit.
school shooting in Nashville?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was terrible.
Yeah, and Biden came down to do a conference about it. Said he came down because he heard there was chocolate chip ice cream.
He fucking said that out loud.
What's that? What did he say?
He said, please don't get me started. He's just not fucking funny. It's not funny. He said he came down because he heard there was chocolate chip ice cream. Stupid fuck.
Is that really what he said?
He said that after the shootings?
It's you want me to post the video?
Come on, go get your grandpa.
You
and
can't
put
even
him up
spread
in the
that shit.
nursing
It's
home,
embarrassing. It's fucking
That's the
embarrassing.
communicator at the White House.
Who said that about the ice cream?
The president of
President
the United
Biden.
States.
Get the fuck. Oh my God.
I'm going to post it up top. Hold on.
No, I can't.
I'd like to see it. Is your clip with it in proper context? I mean, I've seen a clip and I see what he says, but I don't know under what context.
You sure somebody didn't add that on there?
Hold on.
Because you can easily do that.
Hang
on, I'm going to play it.
It.
Hold on, let me get on my laptop.
But the clip I saw, you can't really tell what the context of him saying it is.
All right, hold on. Let's do it right. I can't even look at him. I can't look at him. It's hard to just.
He fucking looks like a zombie. He doesn't even.
He needs to be.
You know, I used to cringe when Bush Jr. used to talk. This is fucking worse. I don't know.
This guy is out to fucking lunch.
Okay, let's see. Where is this fucking shit show? Here we go. Okay, let me get my sound rolling. Here we go.
Why is he all smiling and shit?
Because he's an asshole.
I know. It's fucking crazy.
All right, here we go.
My name is Joe Biden. I'm Dr. Joe Biden's husband. And I ate Jenny's ice cream, chocolate chip. I came down because I heard there was chocolate chip ice cream. By the way, I have a whole refrigerator full upstairs. I think I'm kidding.
Okay, that's how he started the address.
My name is Joe Biden.
There's no way that was after after the shootings. No way.
I don't know.
That's got to be from something else.
I hope it's from something else, but this is posted by
that
Fox.
can't be.
You know, who knows?
That can't
they
be.
hate him.
He can't be that.
I don't like him either, but
no, that's not. Somebody's just trying to paint that shit on him.
I hope so. I really hope so. But this was.
It was at like a small business.
The man needs to be.
I don't even know what to say.
People who post that shit should be fucking kicked.
Let me see the validity of this. Hold on. See if I can get a more credible. Not that but Fox hates him, so they'll just post anything. But
Considering GME is going down, AMC is still going up. I like that.
Hey, Vinny, where'd you get that shirt?
Hey, Snickerville, what do you think I got?
I don't know.
So let me ask you about the fact that this shoot.
Okay, they skipped it. Let's see.
Have a good day, guys. I'm going to drop down.
Oh, you too.
Thank you.
Later.
Yeah, I got to start cooking dinner for the working part of the family. But yeah, y'all have a good one.
You too, bro.
Yeah.
I went to my Walmart here, and there's no AMC popcorn there either. I think they just forgot to send popcorn to Virginia. The theater ran out. Walmart don't have any.
You
No.
see, that's the problem, man.
That's
Everybody just stole it all at once.
okay. So this is there's a couple different news channels out. President Biden ascended the podium Monday and joked about chocolate chip ice cream before calling for more gun control in the wake of the Nashville. Yeah, I mean, that's
Wow, I don't guess it was taken out of context then. I hear the clapping at the beginning, so I assumed he was talking previously, you know what I mean? But he did that before he was going to speak about Nashville. God
yeah,
damn.
yeah,
God damn, man.
So that really was him.
yeah.
Why he was, sorry, Miss One Day.
Biden jokes about ice cream when he was supposed to discuss children being killed during a mass shooting. I mean, these are the headlines. These are the.
So a lot of times, having done a lot of presidential support stuff, they'll do like they don't think the camera's kind of rolling kind of thing. And they'll just go down there and they'll start chatting with everybody before the actual official press release / podium. So he was probably just talking to the crowd, and that's the kind of mentality he's in right now. And he knows about the news, obviously, if the news is already reporting it. So,
But you know something, I'm gonna just and you know I wasn't an Obama lover either, but when the Sandy Hook shooting took place, this man came to the podium in tears. Like, you know, you see the difference. Like, children have been killed. I wouldn't even be able to find a reason to fucking laugh about anything, nor make a joke. Especially as the president of the United States. You know, and I get, you know, you want to, you know, humor the crowd, but that's not the time. That's just, it's like having him in this position is literally elder abuse at this point, because he has no couth. I don't know what it is.
I agree with you.
You know, I just, and I really feel sorry for all of us that this is the representation. And it is not just this one thing. Since they took office, I mean, the vice president doesn't know if she's in fucking North or South Korea. He's shaking hands with the air. You know, this is a shooting, and he's talking about. I mean, they're literally a fucking comedy skit at all times, and it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. It's not one of them. It's all of them. I mean. What's her name that addresses at the podium? Pierre, right? You know, do you ever see when she talks? She's like jumping at the podium with the hands and everything when she talks. Is that a nervous tick or what is it? You know, kind of AOC.
You talking about the press secretary?
Yeah. What's her name?
I don't know, but didn't she just get into a car accident the other night?
I don't know, but AOC does the same thing when she's at a podium, right? You ever see her talk? She's like jumping, hands going, like she's like in the middle of a football crowd or some shit. Like that's how they talk. Like it's just like I don't know. It's almost like, can't somebody just act professional for 5 minutes so that the other leaders of the other countries who are staring at this don't think we're a fucking joke for 5 seconds? Like, I don't know. Would it kill us to have just to save the last bit of whatever is left of any respect we might have as a country? I don't know. It's hard to watch. I can't stand it myself. I can't do it. And I don't find him funny. And I don't find any of it.
Jean-Pierre.
well, Mrs. One, at least you don't have to work for him technically,
No, thank God.
like me. So
Unfortunately, I have to live here and watch this though, and it's embarrassing. Wait, what happened? What happened to the press secretary? Is she hurt? Scotty?
I'm trying to find it now, but I would have swore I read something that said she got into an accident. They didn't breathalyze her, and she left the scene or something. Oh,
you mean?
let me look.
Oh, I don't. No, I didn't hear anything about that. But again, I hope not. But you see what I'm saying? I mean, I just think this man. It doesn't matter what do I think of him as a president at this point. He's too old for this job, and I really feel like it's elder abuse. It's just it doesn't even, I don't, whether I'm a Democrat or Republican or you know, I could just recognize the wrong. I can't take it anymore. I mean, all of them, they're just fucking embarrassing. From all the entire government is a shit show, and it's embarrassing.
By dropping.
Yeah, so just briefly, I'm looking now, and I did see it. Let me read it to you. Involved in rear-ended, sources say accident happened late last night, and that would have been 3:25:23. No injuries. She was the driver, said a witness on the scene, but it was a low-speed impact. She walked away from it.
Okay, so nobody hurt.
Yeah.
Bender. Oh, well, that's good. I don't, you know, I'm not wishing harm on these people. I just, a little couth, maybe. Just a little couth. I mean, we got the, you know, the Speaker of the House's husband, you know, in his underwear with hammer. So, I mean, it's could you imagine what the other countries are saying? Like, honestly.
I'll tell you what the other countries are saying, Mrs. One. I mean, they're saying death sentence to you all. You thieves and
oh my God, it's really. I can't. I don't know. We got tornadoes killing I don't know how many people, wiping out everything they own. Children being, you know, massacred in school shootings, and you know, we think it's appropriate to make a joke about ice cream.
I mean, do we have capital punishment here? Do you think anybody has stolen enough money to warrant capital punishment?
Well,
what's going on? I'm here.
Oh my God, no.
Oh,
no,
wrong room. Sorry.
Going back to
all right, bye.
No, I was just ranting. But no, I don't know. I mean, how do you prove who's stolen what money? I mean, you're never going to recover.
I mean,
from
I
each
don't
other.
know, but I mean,
They're all
we
in on
have the deaths. We have the death sentence. If you're proven guilty in certain instances in certain states, there is the death sentence. I'm just curious when I look at these,
you know, I don't
these
know
other
that
countries that do this.
I don't know that financial crimes warrant a death sentence, but you know, but for sure punishment. And you know, listen, it's no one unless people are outright being murdered, you know, like serial killing type of, you know, that's should be a last resort. But
Well,
in my opinion,
just briefly to that point as well, in that movie, didn't the guy say "Don't dance"? And he gave a particular statistic on how many people will die due to, you know, the dominoes that were going to unfold. So if you've stolen enough money and been corrupt enough, surely there's a case to be made for it. I mean, if you're talking about thousands and thousands of other people suffering a shorter lifespan or whatever the case may be due to it all, no?
you know,
I don't know.
Again, you'd have to.
I just think we're too goddamn easy on these motherfuckers, which is why the shit continues to happen every decade.
I don't know, but here comes Mr. Stanley, and he has changed his bunny.
Easter is coming up.
You're talking about treason against the people, stealing from the American people. Treasonous.
Well, that's what they're doing.
That's treason.
Is that not?
And treason is punishable by death.
Is it?
Yes.
Well.
Yep. They have stolen from the American people for 50 plus years. Not 15. Somebody thought I said 15 the other day. I want to say 50 plus years. They have stolen from the American people on a ritual basis by artificially pumping the market and then crashing the market every decade and a half, at least, if not shorter terms, to pump themselves full of money and robbing you of your retirement savings every chance they get. Then they want to raise your retirement age. Yeah, if they're stealing from your 401ks, they're stealing from your retirement, they're stealing from you through taxation, they're stealing from you through devaluation of currency. Yes, that's financial treason.
They've practically wiped out Social Security.
Yes, every one of them that voted yes on taking money from Social Security, they should all be locked up too and be tried for treason, for stealing from the American people, because that was supposed to be a lockbox that they were not supposed to touch. That was the retirement savings of the American people.
Yeah, that's disgusting. That's really disgusting. That's so disturbing to me.
There's nothing in there. They've taken all of it, and they're supposed to pay it back. How? They can't even pay their bills now. They had to raise the debt ceiling. Yes, it's
well,
treason.
You know, Mrs. One, I completely respect your opinion, and you have swayed my thoughts on the way I think and speak in certain instances regarding this situation. But looking up statistics on the last crash, more people, the number of deaths rose due to suicide during the
I know.
during the economic crisis in 2008, 2009. I mean, if we're going to argue lives, I would argue that some of those lives that chose to take their own for whatever reason were more valuable than the ones that have gotten away scot-free, no pun intended.
Yeah, I personally, I would like to see president, but I this whole thing is just, it's so disgusting.
It is.
That's
why
I don't want to see people take their lives either. I don't, I would hope, some people can't see it as only money. It's only money. It's not worth your life. But
I completely agree.
But
for that I'm sympathetic.
Can't see their way clear. I mean, any suicide is sad. I don't. They can't see their way clear, and I don't. It doesn't make, none of it makes me feel good. And the ones that are the cause of it, that doesn't make me feel good either. But, unfortunately, they get away with it decade after decade. And when you get away with something once, you feel powerful. And you just keep repeating the same bullshit. And they're all in on it. They're all in on it. They're covering for each other with money and bribery and everything else. And money laundering and everything. It's a constant cover. It's really sick. The whole thing is sick. What are you going to do? What can we do?
And therein itself lies the question.
And then we vote to put people in power, and look who we're voting for. Look who we have to choose from. I mean, I don't know.
That I find to be the bigger issue.
Yeah. Well, we only have who we have to choose from, right? And it's really unfortunate that we are choosing the lesser of two evil rather than between two great people who I'd rather have the dilemma of who do I vote for because they're two great people and who's going to do the better job than, which one of us isn't going to sink us faster. I mean, this is what we're dealing with here. It's disgusting.
At the same time, listen, we just came off a midterm where inflation was at 9.0, gas was at all-time high, excluding the 70s. You had baby formula, for the love of God, that was missing and babies were not eating. And the Democrats still...
Now that's what I'm talking about right there.
So I don't know what to make of it anymore. Do you see what I mean? What has to happen?
The
exactly.
People with their instant gratification, they only care about their personal life now and what they're not. No one's looking at the good of all the people. They're only looking at what they want right now, and that's a society we live in.
Yeah.
By
the way, as you're speaking, this one SPY and SPX are dying. I don't know if anyone's...
But meanwhile, AMC is at 457, up 2.34%.
She's fucking ripping. I'm gamming this thing right now.
Well, I wouldn't say she's ripping, but she's increasing. You also have Apes.
It's better than looking at GME.
Well, you have
Jim-
Ape. Yeah, that's down 4.08%, and Ape is down 2.06%. So you gain on one and you lose on the other.
Yeah, but you notice how AMC broke free of the Nasdaq, the Dow, GME, everything. It's on
That's
its
just the
own right
last
now.
minute orders, hedge. Those are just the last minute
Yeah,
orders
at
that
4
come in. You
o'clock.
know
At
that
4
last 15 minutes how it works.
What are you talking about? It's been going up all day.
Yeah, but
Since-
you know all that. Well, I hope so. I hope you're right. But you know, just playing now you're gonna make me
Closed
out
at
to be the bad guy. Give me a
4:56.
break. Chill.
The
Bad
market's
boys,
closed.
bad boy.
We are now in after hours.
Ape closed at 142.
Does anyone want to make a wager that
GameStop
we open
closed
up
at 23 even.
450 on AMC?
Oh, okay. There we go. We're back. At least I'm back. I don't know about this. Yes, we're back.
Does anyone want to make a wager that
GameStop
we open
closed
up
at 23 even.
450 on AMC?
Oh shit. What the fuck? Come on, what the fuck? I got too much shit open here. Ended. What? Really? They ended it? No, they didn't end it. Is this the same? That's not the same space. Well, anyway, here's another one.
At $10, ramped $10.50 that day. Right there was.
I think they switched it. I think they
If he
switched to
would have
another one,
sold
or
all the
maybe I don't
stock
know.
he had, right there, that would have been the what was it, 500 billion that we owe, and that was our entire debt, pretty much.
We owe about 5 billion, not 500.
What was okay, 5 billion. That's what it was. Anywho, that was roughly the valuation if we would have sold all that at $10.50. Correct?
Yep.
All right. So if that's 1/5 of the core business is $5 billion. So you multiply that by 5, that's $25 billion is what the company was base value is. The core shares. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense.
But in the process, there was Class B stock out there that they converted into common stock. And that's where the whole dilution came from, I believe, in my theory behind all this. So the Class B stocks, they got eliminated. There's no more Class Bs anymore. I think that happened back. I want to say the conversion, everything was done back in November or something last year.
For what? For Ape to AMC?
No, the conversion of Class B stock.
Oh, I don't know.
Common. There was something I can't remember. I saw in a filing somewhere where all that was taken care of. All the Class Bs were done. So all that got converted into common. Then he made the Ape because the Class B stock also had a dividend to it, which I think is technically.
What is this guy talking about?
Value?
I have no idea.
Somehow, in a weird way. But I think that's how he's doing this. He got rid of the Class Bs, and he's making the common stock that Class B value in a way.
What?
When he does this whole reconversion back into one common stock.
Interesting. I mean, it's a lot of crazy stuff. I don't know exactly how. Yeah.
There's a lot to it. I mean, there's a lot of filings out there too. You got to look through to kind of.
You nailed it, Tony. I mean,
but the other thing was what was that one? I saw somewhere where those Class A preferred stock, the original ones, were valued at $10,000 a piece.
Oh, give me a fucking break.
When they issued the Ape.
Yeah, so because one Ape,
what's the evaluation of
one Ape is 1/100th of
stock at
of an actual preferred
million?
Share.
Or billion.
That's why they call it Ape unit.
250.
It's not a preferred share. It's a portion of a preferred share.
Crazy high. Which is that they're saying the market caps are coming up with 100 and some billion and whatnot. I think that's where it's all coming from.
What the fuck?
But, yeah, that's all I got for it now, I guess.
I gotta close some shit here.
What's up, everybody? Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I got Heather trying to help me figure out this video. It just uploaded to YouTube, so I'm gonna send it over. See what you guys think of the first one.
We're gonna love it. I know it. Man. Let me let me try again. My browser is kaput here. I gotta completely restart my browser. Well, anyway, in the meantime, I'll put this up here. Finance chat link in the description. It's about all I can show. Well, I mean, I could show the screen, but so anyway, how's everybody doing? I don't even know who's here. Tony, Model 3 dude. So I got to work this morning, 6:45, and walked into the office and flipped the light switch on, and lights wouldn't come on. Now, out in the warehouse, the lights were on. Time clock worked. Everything worked, except the office was dark. So, we had storms here on Saturday, with some high winds. And yeah, apparently one of the three power feeds that comes into the building got taken out or blew a fuse on the pole or something. So we were only getting 1 or 2/3 of the power. I'm not sure actually, because the power company never responded. They never came out yet, because there's like, I don't know, 75,000 customers that are without power here, and I can't open my browser. Oh, there. Okay, there we go. Huh, all right, it's back. Browser's back. So I had some work to do off-site that I went to do, and then I came home. Came home at like 1 o'clock. I haven't done that in a long time. So I figured I was sitting here doing some paperwork, answering emails and shit, and I figured I would I would see if there's any Twitter Spaces for you know, the ape persuasion, and
More that
here
he
we
could
go. Okay,
issue if he had to, but he's only like released like what 100 million or 1
switch
billion
back to
roughly.
that.
He's
Wasn't
900
there?
some
yeah.
million.
Wasn't there a total of like 500 billion though at one point?
No.
Like, I think that
No,
was
there was only 5 billion because a
Okay,
1/100th
there
of
it
a
is.
preferred common share, when there's 50 million shares, is 5 billion.
Yes, correct.
okay.
So 1 for 100.
Right.
That ape's got it.
Okay. So it still works out.
What's up, Ron?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just wondering how it's all going to play with the price action. Who naked shorted it when it was at 1050?
Who naked shorted it?
Before it went any higher?
Wouldn't
I
you
don't
like
think
to know?
anyone sold the stock as they bought into Ape, and I think people are continuing to buy more and more of it.
Right. Half the people didn't even get their stock. Or
That's what I'm
some
saying.
people didn't get their stock.
Exactly. So how are people able to even?
I thought Adam Aaron said everybody did.
And then I think as the stock continued to get, as we got deeper and deeper into the the winter, and then now into the come of spring, people accumulated the hell out of the stock at like the 70-cent range and the 80-cent range and the dollar range. Nobody ran away from their investment at that point and was like, oh wow, it's $1, it's worth $1, I got to get out of here. Like, nobody did that. Everybody freaking that I know bought a significant amount of shares.
Well, there's your fallacy right there. There's your logical fallacy.
And is continuing to go to Walmart to buy popcorn and stuff like that. Like, there's no way that people are not supporting this investment and sticking around in the stock. Yeah, we lost a couple people, but like 3.5 million diamond-handed people is an insane number, and they're continuing to accumulate.
Oh, come on. What the hell? Okay. See, it's cutting out.
Hey, is Mayhul still in here?
Maybe it's just nobody talking.
I have to ask him questions.
Chris, what's going on, man?
Hey, Joey, what's up?
Not much. Quick question. That 3.5 number, right? When he announced that recently, right? Correct?
Yes, sir.
What do you know exactly when, or roughly?
About a month ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was at one.
Yeah,
it was at one of the CEO's viewership events.
Okay, got it. Yeah. No, so to that point, just I'm doing stuff in my garage, listening to this, and what you said just hit home because I did it today. I just over time, right? Anyone who stayed this long, right? So if the number was 4 or 5 million and now it's 3.5, right? It doesn't mean exactly those many people left, and it could be more like 2 million left, and another we got more, right? But let's just say, whatever it is, the ones that stayed, right? Like if you stayed this long, and again, not financial advice, you're not selling at these levels, right? Like why would anyone, if you've been here this long, right? So all the diamond-handed apes are just continuing to accumulate, right? Like
Absolutely.
it hurts on paper, but like today, like I bought more. I bought more in my
Good
IRA.
fucking God. Are you kidding
I
me?
got paid this week. I
Oh,
bought more in my
jeez.
brokerage because it's just like, what am I going to do? I'm going to put this money in the I'm going to put this money in the Vanguard S&P and watch this thing lose another 20% over the next year, right? Like, so it's just, to me, that's why bankruptcy off the table in the debt, that's why that, like, combating that FUD is so important, right? Because for someone like me who's 38, buying AMC in my IRA account, like if
What? Oh my God. Model 3 dude, did you hear that?
could be, a media powerhouse, right? Like this could be like buying Amazon in 2000, right? So for me, it's like, as long as I know my investment's not going to zero and nothing's certain, and this is not financial advice, right? Like, why would I sell? Why would I not accumulate more here at these price levels? It's
Yeah,
just,
That's what I'm doing.
He said he's 38
the thing that they want
years
you to believe,
old,
right, is that the
and he's
investment has been
buying
solid because
AMC
the
in his
stock
IRA
price on
account.
or the chart indicates that the price is going down.
Buying AMC in his
Therefore, occupancy
IRA.
going down. Therefore, there's not people buying popcorn, and there's some sort of meltdown happening at AMC. But as we know, stock prices that wind down usually are a reflection of the fundamentals of their company. If a company's not doing well, usually it goes down in price. Remember what happened with GameStop? Remember what happened with AMC when the COVID virus hit? The pandemic hits, and all of a sudden, the stock goes down violently. Well, it should go down violently. Nobody can go out and freaking buy anything. Nobody's allowed out of their house.
So you just validated the short thesis.
Is something that people don't want to do, and they don't want to have an interaction with people because they might get sick. So what do?
Well,
they avoid GameStop.
They literally closed everything.
Sears. They avoid Toys R Us. They avoid.
Now wait a minute.
Before that, but they avoid going to AMC and
Toys R Us,
where someone could cough on them, from sitting. So all of these things should have happened, and they did. But now that revenue is coming back, and it's just ramping up. It's just starting to ramp up. I mean, we're talking about, there was something like 70 less movies released in the first quarter of 2023 than in 2019. Now, 2019 had something like, it had like 240 movies released. We had like something like 175 or
and guess what? People still aren't going back to the movies.
I mean, and that's talking about like maybe there are 35 movies that we all heard about. That's not including, Saudi Arabia, Bollywood, all these other, movies. But again, the core strength of American movies is like, usually we get about 50, 60 movies, like 20 movies a month that we can watch on average when we're at our peak. And that's not that's not happening, but we are getting stronger. COVID and streaming ate up a lot of the production releases. But now everyone's making a strong shift back into movies, and now you've got more movie studios popping up with we're talking billions and billions and billions of dollars worth of money to back their production studios. If there was one studio or one company in the world that you'd want making movies, it's Amazon. If there was a second studio in the world, company in the world you'd want making movies, it's Apple. And if there was a third person making movies in the world, you'd want it to be Tesla. Why? Because they have access to so much freaking cash that they can pay the best producers, the best directors, the best actors, the best everything to come to their production studio and make a hit. That is what you want. That is what you want. You don't want, Chris Soika. I mean, you don't want me making a movie for $10,000 and being like, this one's going to be a freaking smash hit. Go out and support it. Like, who the hell am I? You know what I'm saying? But you want people from Amazon with, $1 billion invested in making movies this year to go out and make some freaking really badass shit, have all the best CGI experts and sound experts and all that good stuff. You don't want some half-assed production on your movies. So this is the best thing that could happen for our company, man. Is the wealthiest companies in the world are invested in production studios. You guys, I can't state how major of a development that is for our company, guys. And they're dedicated to going to the theaters, not streaming. Guys, it's huge. It's one of the best things that could ever happen to us.
I agree. And I'll admit, so from a personal experience, before coming into this investment, I didn't go to a movie for years and years. I'm not a big movie person. I never really was, right? But then, I got into this play, and then, I've been taking my daughter to the movies, and I miss going. I miss the popcorn, I miss the experience, and if one thing COVID proved to us, right? I mean, holy shit! Getting off your couch and going out, interacting with people, is so important, right? Who wants to sit home? I mean, the best and worst thing that ever happened to AMC was COVID, right? I mean, we hands down the worst thing and then the best thing, because they will 100% be stronger in a post-COVID world than a pre-COVID world. Even just putting aside the ape movement, right? I mean, people want to have experiences.
Well, yeah, I would say they do.
Right? Putting aside, because I don't talk to my friends or family about buying the stock, because I just don't.
That's good.
I don't feel comfortable, right? They ask me about it, I tell them what I do, or how I feel about the company. But I was sitting with my stepmom yesterday, and we were talking about the 1923, the Yellowstone, prequels. And we were talking about Harrison Ford, and I'm like, there's a new Indiana Jones coming out this year, and her eyes popped out of her head, and she's like, oh my God, get out of here. That's so, not only are we, people don't
Indiana
know about
Jones,
this, but
awesome.
now we're spreading the word about movies to even that generation, right? Her and my dad might go to a movie because, I'm talking about it, and they probably haven't been to the movies in, 20 years. But that's just, there's so much, movement behind this, and and again, I know we talk about this a lot.
So it's a renaissance of movies.
The sentiment behind Mario.
Okay.
My friends from college and our text chain are talking about a Super Mario Brothers movie. I mean, that's just we're talking about Penn State football, and then we're talking about Super Mario Bros. And it's just that movie hits home.
They really do, Model 3 dude.
1980s, kids, and I mean 80s.
I heard this movie was awesome.
Mario Brothers. I mean, that's just
the new John Wick.
A monster. It's just. I can't wait. So
73 million on the opening.
But but that 3.5 number, Chris, that's awesome. I mean, because we weeded out the paper hands, so.
Yeah, I think a lot of those people were just pumpers. You know what I'm saying? They were pump and dump artists. They were like, "Hey, AMC is the next pump. Whatever. I'm jumping to AMC, and it jumped to 20. They took the buy button away. Oh wait, people are still pumping this thing. Let's pump it up and pump it up and pump it up. And then all of a sudden it goes to 70, and they jumped out. You know what I'm saying? Good for them. I hope they made their money. I hope they get what they want. There's still people who are like, this is a squeeze play. This is a squeeze play. It is a squeeze play, guys. It is definitely a squeeze play, but they're not letting you squeeze it the way that you do a pump and dump. In a pump and dump, only retail gets hurt, okay? They take your retail money and they give it to the guy who sells higher than he bought in, right? And then you are expected to sell higher to someone else in retail who buys in at a higher price so that you can make the money off of them, right? That is the constant. And then eventually what they do is they halt the stock, they create a shitload of panic, and people sell at the top, and then all of a sudden people can't get out. And they're locked in at $15, $20, $30 drops. It goes from it can go from 70 to 20 to 50, from 50 to 45, from 45 back up to 60, from 60 back down to 35, and then all of a sudden you're like, holy shit, dude, this thing's cool. It's stuck around $25. Well, guess what? It's stuck around $25. Anyone who got in after $25 got their ass kicked. Got their absolute ass kicked. But that's not what this was. You know,
it's not.
That's not what this is. People believe in this company. This isn't some penny stock people are pumping and dumping.
No.
This is a company that everybody here believes in. We're not just
so you're long-term investors.
The stock. We saved the company from bankruptcy, and now that it's saved from bankruptcy, you want me to abandon the investment so that what?
Oh, come on!
Like get squeezed.
This is some revisionist bullshit here. Are you kidding me?
Healthy AMC and make all the revenue and get all the freaking
what?
Dividends that should be coming to me in the future. Guys, you're 6 months away from a dividend.
What? How?
They ain't getting my attendees.
Dude, I got too much money in this. There's no way if you took my money, if you took my shares, added them up, and said I get $1 every
these people should have bought a boat or a convertible
share that I own of Ape
or something instead, or a Lexus. They'd have something to show for their investment then.
I'm selling my house.
There's a million ways to waste money and not have anything to show for it.
People have been socking money away into this thing for so damn long.
That means nothing. So what?
It's going to be easy.
That's what they say. That's what they've said.
To turn around and freaking go, all right, you guys wanted to keep it low. We're going to offer a dividend.
That's what they said at $10.
All the shareholders who saved us, all the people who wanted
right
to be
here,
all the people that are going to the concession stands.
That's what they said at $5, which is right here.
All of you are now getting a dividend. You're going to receive money to be an AMC shareholder. You know how amazing that day is going to be when they turn around. Let's say you have 5,000 shares or 2,500 shares or whatever. Just keep that number in your head. And they issue that dividend to you, and you say, hey, they just gave me a shitload of cash. Now, you have two options. You can spend that cash on stupid shit, or you can reinvest the dividend in your company.
Oh, my God.
Now, if you reinvest the dividend in your company, you're going to have more shares, which means in 3 months, you're going to get more dividends. If you buy more dividend or more shares in 3 months from that day, guess what? You're going to have even more shares, which means you're going to even have even more dividends. Eventually, you're going to get to the point where you're like, wow, I have so many damn shares and I'm making so much in dividends.
They had a 3-cent dividend in 2020. They had a 20-cent dividend in 2019. They had
what are you going to do?
$1.55 dividend in 2018.
And you're going to continue
to
buy the stock. And you're going to buy
but most likely
buy the stock so that guess what?
I mean,
you give yourself
20 cents was the most common.
Company that all you have to do is be an A-lister, go see a fucking movie a couple times a month, and support your investment, and you're going to get paid to do it for the rest of your life. That's it. You have because you have saved AMC, you will retire. Since you saved AMC, the reward will be retirement. If you play your hand correctly, if you invest in the company, if you support the company, and if you reinvest your dividends in yourself, inevitably you will be able to retire from the investment. Now, I'm not saying you can do that with 100 shares. I'm not saying you can do that with, 500 shares. I'm saying you have to be making significant gains in your position from here on out. Ape is $1. I'm not saying that people, it's easy, but I'm adding as much as I can all the time. I'm eating spaghetti. We're not. Quinoa. Yeah, she's making what? Quinoa. I don't know what the fuck that is, but she's making quinoa. It sounds delicious. We're making things to kind of hold us over. Yeah, we're holding ourselves over so that we can buy shares of HYMC, buy shares of AMC, and don't sleep on the HYMC play, guys. HYMC could be a massive squeeze of its own. If you're looking at the derivatives market, it's crazy. But if you're looking at the metals market, it's even more crazy, guys. There are people who short it.
Hey, you know what? I agree with what he said. It is crazy.
Close to that. The numbers don't make sense on gold and silver and haven't for over 20 years. It's all fake. It's all paper, and none of it is real. And as we buy and support physical gold and silver, it becomes more valuable. Someone just released something on my feed saying, "Oh, here it is right here. Let me post this bad boy from Gold Ape." This is just a beautiful thing. Look at this. You want to talk about your HYMC investment? Go right there. Tesla and SpaceX need silver desperately. You guys know any mines that are close to Tesla in the Nevada region that are close to Tesla?
They're talking they, Tony. Who else? They.
April, I just saw your little.
They won't let it
picture
squeeze.
Of the dog.
That is so cute. We're putting it up in the nest.
Okay. Dogs are cute.
Now, what was he talking about? Gold production?
Yeah, I mean, you have an investment.
That seems to be bullshit.
In a silver mine, and God knows what other resources are in that place that they can make money off of. But everyone needs
production figures are for primary mine production.
Gold for these technologies of the future. There is no shortcutting around it. They need precious metals to make the most advanced technologies in the world.
Tony, I've been trying to figure that out for almost 2 years now. Who are they?
I don't know where else you want to place your money. I mean, support your investment, but also invest in your investment. Don't be afraid to buy more shares for yourself if this is what you want to do. If this is the company that you want to support, don't be afraid to buy more for yourself. And don't be afraid to go to the movie theaters. And don't be afraid to buy popcorn and drinks. And don't be afraid to go into Walmart.
Global mine silver production grew by 5.3% in 2021.
You guys advertise the shit out of that Walmart popcorn. And that is going to come around.
Silver production for primary mines increased by 10%.
Literally. Like usually when you say, oh, that's going to pay dividends, people don't understand what that means. Like it means it's going to have a good effect. But in this case, it literally means dividends. It's literally going to pay you to go into AMC, Walmart and go, hey, there's AMC popcorn here, everyone. This looks amazing. And everyone in the store goes, and whoa, I've never even heard of AMC popcorn. Oh, but let's try it. Let's take home the microwavable popcorn. Let's take home the ready-to-go popcorn. When the cheddar cheese popcorn and the
I was looking at this morning because it was like one of the most active pre-market stocks. Investing.com said
those things show up.
It was like 0.117 something.
Explode on the revenue end.
Yeah, it's down.
It might not reflect in the price, but guys, it doesn't fucking have to for you to get rich. That's the thing that you guys don't understand. It doesn't have to go to $10,000.
Yeah, I was looking at it up here.
A share for you to get rich. You can squeeze them through the dividend. You can buy so many shares so cheap and so many naked shorts so cheap that they have to pay you when this thing gets freaking profitable. And what are they going to be paying you with? The money that you went and spent on AMC products. The money you spent at the theater.
What?
The money you spent on popcorn. The money you spent on soft drinks.
How are they?
The money you spent on.
Oh, he's talking about dividends.
All that's coming right back to you guys.
I mean, that's highly speculative.
As you keep it in your ecosystem, your revenue streams are going to expand and grow.
This is like so shilly. Oh my God. It sounds like, it legitimately sounds like he is a paid spokesman for this stock.
I mean, this thing is going to explode, and you're going to be one of the wealthiest.
Like, I feel like we're listening to Tom fucking Vu right now. You can make a lot of money. You come to my seminar.
That I have that we are correct, that we are going to be one of the richest people in the world.
We are going to be one of the richest people.
Do not be afraid of this investment at all. Like we've got them on the ropes. We've got them down and out there.
Got them on the ropes.
They can barely stand. They desperately need money to keep.
What are you talking about?
Short positions open, and guess what? They can make as many tokens as they want or tokens.
How many lies can this guy tell in like one speech?
Capital raise.
Holy fuck!
Co-branded credit card. It's coming.
Yay! A credit card.
And there's my sister's dog with all the collectibles up top. Very cool.
Oh my God. This is delusional.
Hey Chris, did you have a question? I think I heard you when I was a listener.
Tom Fu. Oh wait, it's not Tom.
If you have any suggestions for editing tools and like maybe how to make videos and platform that stuff,
I can give you the one that I'm using. I'll give you the
Okay.
link.
DaVinci
And
Resolve.
you can just look into that if that fits you.
Yeah, absolutely. I just want to be able to add things to the
Anybody
video, like
that wants
little
to make
charts and graphs that I have
videos,
on my
this is the
computer, and be able to tell people what I'm
absolute
looking at
best.
when I
And it's
say,
free.
hey, this is how much revenue we
There's a
made.
free
Well, I don't
version.
want them to be like, oh, is it really
Free.
the amount of revenue we
Free.
made, or is that, some sort of like made up
This
number in
one
his
is the
head?
shit.
Like I want to actually look like I know, yeah, there's there's a source to my material.
Yeah, sure. You'll be able to do all of it, and it's once you create like few videos, it will be easy for you. Like, oh, okay, I know what to do. But once you start using it, and if you can spend more time, this YouTube thing is really great. And
Oh, great. Just what we need. Another fucking
already,
AMC YouTuber.
the information,
Oh my God.
the truth about AMC. So I'll fully support you, man. I'll send you the link and anything else that you need.
Chris, one more point to earlier we were talking about with people holding on, and look, that on balance volume OBV indicator, it's not an exact science, it's not the tell all, right? But if you look at that indicator and
Oh, here we go.
to other stocks, right? You look at it against Netflix, you look at it against even stocks that had crazy bull runs, right? In 2021 and now are down 60-70%. Nothing looks like AMC, GME, BBIG, the meme basket, so to speak. Because I had one of my buddies who's in AMC is like, just asking me questions. He's not as involved as I am, and I'm just like, you know what, man? I'm like, look at this OBV indicator, and I explained to him.
Oh my God.
That literally, you just take, daily volume, and you just add it every day, right? If it's positive, if it ends green, you add it. If it ends red, you subtract it.
So
right?
he understands how it works.
It's a historical indicator, right? You look at it over time. So you can look at like a 2-year chart and a 3-year chart. And I showed it to him, and I'm like, see how this indicator basically just stays flat? It actually even goes up a little bit and plateaus. And you could look at it on like the weekly chart. I'm like, this means that, AMC's had, I think it's something like 2.5 billion more positive, or 2.5 billion shares, on positive green days cumulatively over, the course of this.
That is not at all what it means. You're adding the whole volume.
Just like, now look at Netflix, look at Apple. These stocks, the price generally moves with the OBV, right? Because
It does move with the OBV. Look,
supply and demand works.
it moves literally with it. What are you talking about?
They're not going to let January of 21 happen again.
It literally fucking moves with it.
Of 22 happen again, or June of 20. What was it?
Yeah.
June of 20.
Of course,
whatever it was. Yeah, 21.
If you zoom all the way out,
they're trying to show like a fake squeeze to shake people out.
Yeah. Because there's massive volume here.
What this space always talks about.
It's the same with any volume indicator or any indicator, really.
It's really, that in itself will absolutely.
But if you allow it to rescale,
to hold the stock, which is what we're doing anyway. So,
actually,
things I always remind myself too.
Here's how you use OBV.
Positive for me. I have down days. You look at your.
I turn this fucking retard off for a second here. Like this. I've been over this before, but just here's how you actually use OBV. So here's one way you can use it. So this right here. Now we're looking at the price versus the on balance volume. This is a lower high here. We could say, could go to the candle top, or you could go to the wick. It doesn't matter as long as we're consistent. But I'm just gonna go to the wick because it's easier. Okay, and then down here in OBV, you have a higher high. So this is a divergence. This is how you actually use this indicator. Oops, that's how you use the indicator. That's one way you can use it. And I actually forget which divergence that is, but I'll figure it out here. Oh yeah, Fidelity's got a good page on it. So let's see. When the price continues to make lower and OBV fails to make lower troughs, the downward trend is likely to stall or fail. That's what it says. I mean, obviously that didn't play out, so it's you know, and it's not a widely used indicator, but that's kind of one way you can look at it. Or I mean, you could say like you could say here, okay, this peak to there versus this. Well, actually, it's not even. That's not a good one either. But this is the kind of shit you do with OBB. So like that divergences. Here we go. I'm so sick of hearing this nonsense. Like you say, oh yeah, OBV says that nobody's selling. No, it says nothing of nothing like that. All right, here's one. I'm gonna ignore that big long wick there. Here, fuck that wick. So here, OBV and price are going the same direction. And Fidelity says that that's when both price and OBV are going lower, the downward trend is likely to continue. That's what Fidelity says on their explainer. So that's a convergence. So they're going the same way. Or, you know, like the price goes to a new high, but the OBV does not go to a new high, or the price goes to a new low. You can also do it with lows. And the OBV does or does not go to a new low. That's the kind of shit that you do with OBV. It doesn't tell you how many people are still holding. That is the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard. And they say it as if it's some proof
Box office
that they're
numbers for
right.
this movie. It kind of fell on deaf
Sorry,
ears,
I just
but
can't stand
the
that.
timing of you putting this YouTube video out. I haven't been on YouTube in a year. I got tired of looking at charts and fractal patterns and all that other nonsense.
Yeah, we're sick of it too.
Dude, the timing is perfect, man. I know you see it. I know everyone sees it. The passion that I've never seen more people posting about the excitement with the box office numbers, the popcorn. I mean, hell, I want to know how many goddamn Highcroft coins we already pre-ordered. I mean, this is information people are craving for, man. And not to take anything away from the squeeze opportunity, but the fundamentals are what people are getting juiced up about. And I just want to give you props for that, man. And I'll be promoting you as much as I can, and I hope you get a big following, because we need to continue to build this community and really get more of a rally around the fundamentals and what we can all do as a consumer. Hey, remember, March 31st is the last day of the quarter. I'm trying to squeeze in 1 or 2 more movies before Friday. So if we all can do that, we'll all reap the benefit of it.
Yeah, dude, any support on the video is just much appreciated, man. I'm not trying to make it so that people a lot of you guys already know the information, right? So this is more of a reference point for people who don't. And it's one of those things where like I keep seeing people who are like, I don't understand my investment. Is this a squeeze play? Is it not a squeeze play? Well, yes, of course it's a squeeze play, but they think that just buying and holding is going to squeeze the play, and it should have. But as again, we allude to the GameStop report stopped it from being a squeeze play. They did not margin call any of the people at the banks or the institutions that were naked shorting the stock. So what happened was they waived all those margin calls, and now they're making it so that we have to beat them with the fundamentals. So I've shifted from being like a buy and hold guy to a fundamentals play guy. It's just as much a squeeze play. It's just how you squeeze them is different. How you squeeze them is completely different. They don't want to pay you, right? They're going to create as many naked shorts as they can to say, we don't care what this thing, how many of you guys buy it. You're not going to out leverage us. We're the market makers. It's like, okay, well then you're going to have to start paying us.
I mean, you don't even understand. He doesn't even understand the function of a market maker.
Created in this situation. What? Market makers are going to go, well, they can't do that. They're not profitable. And they're laughing at us going, you guys will never be profitable.
No.
you guys will never be profitable. We don't have to worry about paying you because you're never going to be profitable. And you can't pay yourself a dividend.
Imagine actually thinking this.
We'll create as many naked shorts as we want. We'll unload every single fake share. We'll create all the supply that we want in the world, and there's nothing you can do about it, and nothing the SEC or the DTCC or the DOJ will do about it because we own them. We are the 1%, and we own the law enforcement agencies. But guess what? AMC as a company has the right to issue a dividend, and there's no stopping that. If they stopped AMC from issuing a dividend, they would have to stop the entire market from issuing dividends. At that point, you would have to lose faith in the entire market because then everything just becomes a pump and dump scam. Everything is about hype at that point. If dividends are part of the stock market, then there is no stock market. The whole point of a stock is not to grow the shareholder base and the cost of the company's shares to a point that they're unreachable. The point of a stock is 99% of the time to get it to where it's so sustainable in its formula that it can offer a dividend. Now there are exceptions, like people are like, well then why wouldn't Berkshire Hathaway offer a dividend? Guys, they own dividend stocks. They own Coca-Cola. They own freaking all the dividend stocks. That's why they are who they are. That's why they're Berkshire Hathaway. That's how you get to be in the Berkshire Hathaway. You do what we're doing now. You buy these things when they're dead, and you recover them. You push them back up.
So why isn't Berkshire buying AMC then?
Give them life again. And then when they get a freaking following and a dividend and all that stuff, you stand to gain everything, you know? And then you go on to the next play and you find the next best investment. Buy
Procter & Gamble.
God, what's the guy's name from Berkshire?
Jimmy Buffett.
Warren's,
Jimmy Buffett
isn't like, I'm just going to buy something and then get out. That guy buys and holds longer than anybody you could ever imagine. He believes in every investment he makes. Like, it will be a good company in 10 years. He doesn't think about the 2-year window or the 6-month window.
So that's one way to invest.
60-day window.
That's not the only way to do it.
The 6-year window, the 16-year window.
That is not the only method. I think about the 16-minute
Do you
window.
mind me jumping in for a quick second? You brought up something that I want people to be aware of. Even though I got to get ready to drive, I want to share this. You said Berkshire Hathaway invests in many dividend stocks. That's one thing that we as a company, AMC itself,
I love that.
Looking to do. They want to get back to the point where they can do dividends again, the cash dividends, because it brings in institutions and investors like that as a similar, may not be Berkshire itself, but that's what their goal is. To strengthen the company, you want companies coming in that want to be partakers of the shares to make that stability permanent.
Yeah,
COVID
but
was the only thing that kept the
one fucking year of profitability is not going to cause a dividend.
And they had companies that were still involved.
Like, you have to show that stock has to have a
factors of the dividend as well.
Positive yield over time.
Once this reverse split happens, pay off a debt, get the dividends happening, whether it's 20 cents again or $1. That's when you know that that's really going to be the strength of the company, because you're going to have institutions licking their chops going, I want that dividend. So be aware, guys. It's very important to really understand what Soika was saying about why Berkshire Hathaway invests in Pepsi and Coke and many other stocks like that offer dividends.
The third video, and thank you, Fafa. I appreciate the better. You had a better way of explaining that than I did. There's a video of Michelle McCory saying that Tesla and SpaceX need silver desperately up in the nest. Gold Ape, I don't know if you guys know who he is. He's one of our guys that came over from HYMC and became an AMC guy when AMC purchased HYMC. And that just so happened to be his name, and he was a gold guy. But he guessed that Tesla would need HYMC for the Model Y. And right after he posted something about that guess, Diane Garrett actually followed him. So there might be something
Oh my God.
to Tesla.
Wow.
And every single time that
Good job.
we think it's not possible, there seems to be more and more connections to Tesla needing a company like HYMC around, at least for a little bit of business, if not a lot. And I'm not saying there's a buyout. I'm just saying that there's a good chance that Tesla is going to need us in the future. It's either us or someone like.
There you go, Model 3 dude. Tesla
No,
is going to
I
need
think
the
it is
apes
gonna
in
be
the future.
HYMC, and that's another reason
They're
why
going to need
I
Wyckoff
said
mining.
because they did build that new plant, miles away from the actual HYMC.
Yeah, us.
So keep that in mind that Tesla
We,
opened that new plant
our,
in Nevada. Not that far from HYMC. They're probably in talks to try to get some of their silver supply. So
I'm sure they are. I'm sure they're in talks to acquire some of that Wyckoff silver.
Because that's a high grade lithium that they have in that area.
Lithium, sorry.
HYMC doesn't have a lot of the acreage.
Yeah, until they come out with a battery that doesn't require lithium.
Plotted up yet. Imagine what that would do for Tesla.
Be a massive amount of savings, Fafa, to not have to go through some third-party seller, or to have it shipped.
Details, Ron. I mean, come on, man. You're killing the buzz here.
For the company. So we'll see. I mean, I'm excited for this to all play out. And I think Elon always has an ace up his sleeve. I don't think that guy's... What's up?
I just want to kind of throw one thing out there. For those of you who have chosen to buy into HYMC, think about this. AMC has about 20% ownership. They have warrants that would actually be able to double that if they exercise, which I don't know if he will or not, but that's neither here nor there. What I am going to say is this. When they really start overproducing the gold and silver that they have, and they can start processing it, not just the tokens that we've gotten, but I'm talking about where they can start supplying businesses like Tesla with the silver. That's when HYMC is going to get to the point where they're going to be offering dividends. And so,
oh my God,
I don't tell people, financial advice, but if you're looking at investing in dividend style stocks, you're in two of the best ones you could be in at this point. And I'll leave it at that because it's your choice what you do. So that was the reason why I bought more HYMC, because it might not be this year, but it's definitely going to come because they're going to be very profitable once all that gold, silver, and whatever else they can mine will start hitting the market.
And the best time to be in a dividend paying stock is before it pays a dividend, just to let all you guys know. Because once something announces a dividend, it usually explodes. And that means that shorts will close out their position because they do not want to pay a dividend on the stock. So they will start looking for an exit before the dividend is issued. Again, massive volatility in that. And I think you're a couple years away from HYMC offering a dividend, maybe like a year or two. But you can accelerate that timeline if you can get money into the company. If you're buying the coins, if you're contributing on that end, I mean, you're moving the company's timeline forward on all this stuff. Money in the pocket of that company accelerates the timeline in all of their future endeavors. What's up, Steve?
You get a dividend, and you get a dividend, and everyone gets a dividend. I want you all to look under your seat. What the hell? Am I supposed to be hearing somebody? I heard the guy eating his quinoa. 332 fucking people in here. Actually,
There's a meter to go quiet. I got to drop out for a quick minute, but I'm going to listen on the way home.
No, it's not. It's
Chris,
not
I
you.
do want to say I am.
People are sending me stuff in my DMs, and I'm trying to answer and respond in my DMs. So it's, yeah, I'm just
No,
busy.
I just wanted to say that I'm proud of you, bro.
Thanks, Father.
That's taking a leap, man. And what I was able to listen to, you know, I kind of streamed through it quickly. You're on point. You definitely have the persona. And I think, you know, think about it, but continue to do it if you feel comfortable.
It's difficult, man. It's not like speaking in your house when you're like on your phone in a space call.
I thought they said it was 3.5 million.
I don't know. I must have done that 4 or 5 times. Where I reshot that video. I stumbled on words, and I stumbled on words in that video. Yeah, I got better and better. But like, when you're nervous, you just have mental blocks.
Who's the woman? Put her on here. Can we hear her?
You know,
can we see what she has to say? How do you feel about all this?
Left out of the video.
How do you feel? How does it make you feel?
I was like, I had things written down in front of me.
You like eating SpaghettiOs every night?
But I just wasn't flowing that direction at the time, and I missed the opportunity to mention them in some capacity. So it's like, I didn't realize it's not as easy as it looks. It's really not.
I know from personal experience. I started doing some videos for my ministry and haven't been able to do any in a long time, but nervous, constantly nervous, always wanting to make sure that you're clear and concise, and then you get nervous, and like you said, you stumble over a word, or you watch it and you see how you just kind of went quiet, or you're talking too loud, or yeah.
Chris, just pop one of those limitless pills and you'll be good to go.
Is that a thing?
No.
I didn't think so. I was going to say, there's always that like, limitless is real. We have the pill. Buy this one. It's like, whoa, dude. Like, there's like 4 of you. Now, there used to be like one that
God is an ape.
handed out to people. Now there's 4 pills that are publicly to the market, and people can say that stuff.
No, just as long as you're not drinking NOS or Red Bull or 5 Hour Energy right before you do it, you're fine.
I don't even know what they're talking about. Wait, hold on. Whoa. Hold on here. Is this what they're talking about? Is this what they're talking about? This garbage?
It's nice talking to you, Chris. See you guys later.
Likewise, my friend. Thanks for the.
You really get a different insight listening to this, Ron.
Because I still don't really.
And we can watch all the videos, you know, in the world.
General overview, but trying to break that down in your head.
You know, these guys are. This is real time retardation right here.
Because you start with the core 50 million AMC preferred.
Wait, which one?
Original stock from like.
There's so many here. Limitless.
100-year-old company, right?
As heard on the radio.
100 years old.
Now, let me guess.
And they've never been.
Is that AM radio?
Core value of the
Is this as heard on AM radio or Ape radio? Maybe.
But those were broken down.
Let's be honest here.
By
if these guys were actually on broadcast radio, terrestrial radio, if you will, they would be on AM radio.
But those were valued at $10,000.
This is an AM
for the AMC
format
stock.
here.
But then you also have Class Bs in there that he eliminated in this process.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's above my pay grade, America's. I'm gonna try and understand it.
Yeah, you gotta look through a lot of filings. There's a lot to look through to break it all down, but
where's the reviews? This works for concentration, focus. Definitely helps me maintain focus at work.
Well,
it has since day one.
Bring out and like post the filings.
It doesn't make you feel any different, but at least for me, it does what it's supposed to do.
I think I knew you before most people in here, so yeah. If you ever want to break that down and talk,
I don't know.
Free. I know Sylvia's still hard at work. She just doesn't come up and talk. I don't know where she is today, but
Okay, this one has
she always
high
has something good to add.
reviews.
And there's a whole bunch of people that, you know, I never had a falling out with anyone. Just people just kind of like either decided to not come up and speak. Like
I've tried all this shit. Yeah, absolutely,
I
Ron.
hope that nobody
Fucking
feels
placebo
from
effect. If you, yeah,
space
of
calls
course you're
that
gonna think
their
it did because you
opinion wasn't
wasted money on
valued, or
it.
that I had
Yeah, I
since
think
I
it's
had
working.
Ronnie as a
Oh yeah, I
co-host
feel
or
more
Eric as a
focused.
co-host or not
I've
being a
tried
co-host,
all
that
this
they were no
shit
longer welcome
over the
up in the
years.
space. Like
Different
I
supplements and all that
I
shit.
am a unique individual.
None of it is fucking
and
worth a shit.
nobody's co-hosting or no speaker up
And the
here
placebo effect absolutely is
means
real.
anything.
So, I mean, that's, I
in the
depend on
sense
the
that
placebo effect.
it's like I don't want to affiliate with other people or I'm rolling with a certain crowd. Like I feel like everybody's my friend in this group. You know what I'm saying? Everyone that comes into my spaces has something valuable to offer.
Nice save.
Oh, what did I say? Did I say something wrong? And then,
I'm joking. No, I'm
I was
just
like,
playing.
no, but you know what I'm saying? Like some people, like they get shy in front of big gatherings of people when there's 300 listeners. They're like, I don't want to go up there and speak. And it's like, I realize a lot of people were a lot more comfortable in front of 20 people or 15 people. And they would talk and talk and talk and talk and talk. And then in front of 320 people, they wouldn't talk at all. So, I mean, you know, I just want everyone to know that they're welcome up here as speakers all the time.
And I realized that, for some reason, it shows the stream is upcoming still, even though I scheduled it at 3:05 and then immediately started it. I think it
no
still
one's
does.
getting scared away.
Yeah, look at this. No
Anyone go
wonder
see
there's
John
nobody
Wick this
here.
weekend? Eric, did you catch it?
5 waiting. Scheduled for 3:27, 3:05 p.m.
What'd you think, bro?
What?
Oh, it was great. It was great. Sorry, I'm gonna be pulling into this building right now, so
Thanks,
bear
YouTube.
with me.
Screwed me over again.
Don't let us distract you.
What's up, Chris?
Adrian, what up, dude?
Bro, that movie was badass. We did go, finally. No milkshakes, though, man. They didn't have shit there.
Yo, man, I'm telling you. I actually mentioned the milkshake in my YouTube video that I just made.
I mean, yeah, the milkshake. That's what is going to cause the MOAS.
I was like, oh.
Join.
Yeah, I was watching the video, man. Good
Yeah,
video.
go join the space. But
my friends that they don't get it. But
I'm
I was like, yeah,
I'm nervous for you.
So glad you finally made that.
I don't go
We're
into
gonna expand on it tonight.
I don't go into enemy territory
different reasons
personally.
why it's the greatest investment of the 21st century.
I just
or,
don't.
Or we believe it's the greatest investment of the 21st century.
People like Manuel, Model 3 dude, Lynn,
people who don't really
they do
about the company or the stock or why it's a great investment.
Sometimes, okay, I did the other day in a chat.
Pretty good, man. We when we went, man, that they had that bar there that y'all were talking about. And it's funny because remember when I don't know if you remember a while back I told you that they didn't have recliners at this one. It was real old school, and I didn't realize that there's like two different parts to this AMC. It's in a mall. So like the one that I went to, it was the IMAX, and they're like, no, you're in the other theater, and I'm like, the other theater, and that's the one where like they had the recliner seats, they had the bar and everything on that one. So that was pretty good.
Yeah, you know, these clowns.
About what your favorite scene was, I'm gonna shoot you mine.
What are they comparing?
I'm getting in my car.
Okay, all right. Here, we'll do this. So I'm gonna stop this for a moment and switch over to YouTube and check this out. So here's this guy, this guy right here, Sojka, aka AMC Fundamental Man. This is his first video. This is what he was talking about right here. This is what he was talking about because he just started making videos. So this is that guy that we were just hearing on the space. Here he is, his first. I did see that, Lynn. I did see that. I did see that. Where is it? Yeah. Well, yeah. I saw it. I did see it. He said, and I said, wow. But I'll, you know what? We'll show and tell with everybody, if that's okay. October 2009. I like this here. Well, banks under FDIC receivership. I like that. But I like this. Tax relief for Ponzi scheme victims. Everything on this is great. This is just great all around. I hope you have this. You kept this, right? This is awesome. Thanks for sharing that. That's really fucking cool. All right. Okay, well let's see what he's got.
Hey guys, it's Chris Soika. You may know me
Soika.
from Twitter, from hosting spaces for the last 2 years. We've grown our following from 20 people to about 200 people, and we mostly focus on the fundamentals. Today, I'm going to go back in time to January 28th so that people can understand why AMC...
Oh boy. Oh, imagine that. We're going to go back in time to January 28th so I can rekindle emotions. And okay, I'm judging.
is the best investment of the 21st century. On January 28th, AMC was traded 20 times over the public float. We don't know how this happened, given that the buy button was taken away, but we can be assured that...
well, okay, I can tell you, I mean, this is easy. This is easy. It wasn't taken away for everybody. Okay? If you're in a box and you think that everybody is on Robinhood or Webull or the other brokerages that limited it, you might think that, but not every Fidelity didn't. Fidelity did not take away the buy button. So, I mean, that's already refuted. We're less than a minute in. Less than a minute in, and
nefarious activity on that day. And for people who don't know, AMC became a recovery play the day that the COVID vaccine was announced. Now, we don't know whether we were going to recover or not, which is why it made it a bit of a gamble to jump into the play before the vaccine was actually released. For those of you who got in before January 28th, you made one of the best investments of your life. And
guess what? Most of those people sold and took profits because they are the less retarded ones. They are the ones who were in it already. It's everybody who got in after January 28th and especially after June 2nd. That's where the problem really lies.
Probably that some people could make in their entire trading careers.
But you can't expect that to happen. That's an unreasonable expectation, and you shouldn't count on that.
But when the COVID vaccine was announced and people started to really rally around the movie theaters and understand that the movie theaters were about to go bankrupt and possibly go out of business forever.
Why were they going to do that? We knew this was going to be a temporary thing.
AMC really had some angel investors come to their rescue, and of course we're talking about the AMC Apes, which is...
Okay, well Adam Aron actually disproved that. This is bothering me that this stream is not, it says that it's upcoming. So I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna close this stream and schedule a new one for like 5:30. So if anyone's around and wants to come back at 5:30, so 20 minutes. It's 5:10 here for me. 20 minutes, and hopefully it'll actually work properly. Or maybe it's just that there's only, people are at work or something, but I don't like that. It's doing that because it doesn't reflect the current stream. I mean, look, it says for waiting. Now, if you click on it, I understand it goes to it. But yeah, if you click on it, it goes to it. But let's come back in 20. Let's reconvene in 20 minutes and see if YouTube will do us a solid here. So see you then. All right.